Over 9,000 subscribers on this channel. Crazy. Really crazy. We are on the route to 10,000 subscribers, and I am blown away by the fact that we're at 9,000 plus already. I started this year, 2025, with about 1,400 subscribers, I think. So we've gained about 7,600 plus in that time, which is crazy. Most of it has come from live streams. I've been live streaming every day. Well, not every day, but as often as I can, as often as I actually can. From home, out on the streets, in nature, in trees, beside rivers and stuff. Playing my original music. If you're watching this video, you have probably seen one of my live streams, and thank you for subscribing. By scrolling on that live stream, enjoying it for a minute or two maybe or less, and choosing to subscribe, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. I never really took YouTube seriously. I've had this channel since 2011, and I always saw it as a platform to just throw all my videos on and document my journey as a musician, as a creator, since 2011, so 14 years ago. I've been doing music full time since 2016. You can go back to those videos if you want, and you can see me busking just on my bass, and follow that journey if you'd like to. There's 700 plus videos here. Probably most of it is nonsense, but I always wanted to sort of document it more for my own self, to sort of like look back at it in the future. And I have at different points of my life looked back and sort of like remembered different things, and it brings back memories of interactions on the streets and stuff, and it's always brought back the reason why, like the reason why I do this. At the start of this year, I was a little bit unsure if this was the right thing to carry on doing. Maybe I was like, maybe it's time that I take some time off and get a normal job or whatever, and reset myself. Past couple of years haven't been so easy. I've lost loved ones, I've had health issues, and like just haven't really made enough to fully survive. I've lost all my savings, and then at the end of 2024, I was in my overdraft, had no savings, didn't really have any money. Looking at 2025, and I was like, do I keep doing this? Do I keep doing this? Do I just give up for a bit and get the normal job and then do this as like a side hustle, or as like a hobby? But I was like, no, because this has never ever been about money. This has never been about fame or recognition or having fancy gear or having fancy stuff. I don't really care if my guitars are broken and like if they're secondhand and all the equipment I have. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about making money and having, like, being known by millions. I just want to go out and bring some calming, positive energy to this very chaotic and fast-paced and loud negativity world that we live in. I suppose you can choose which world you live in by deciding on where you spend your time and what you focus on, but negativity is very loud. There is a lot of awful stuff happening in this world. I've never really got into my political views on the world with my content, because I don't really want it to be about that. I want it to be about the music, and I want my channels and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and whatnot to be a place to escape from all of that, to just sit, listen to my music, feel the surroundings on the videos I'm playing out in nature, and just kind of have the chance to step back and ignore not necessarily ignore, but just forget about it for a little bit. That's what I've been doing with my music. That's why I go out on the streets and I play. That's why I share the live streams here, and that's why I do videos. I remember the first time I went busking properly in 2016. I was playing in Kidderminster, which is where I was living at the time. It's my hometown. And I didn't really know what busking was. I saw a guy doing it and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just go out and take my bass and I'll do some looping and ambient stuff. So I did that, and people, you know, they gave me coins and stuff. And then someone gave me a coin and said, thank you. And I was like, huh? What? I didn't really understand what they meant by that. And I was like, no, thank you. And they were like, no, thank you. You've just, like, I've had a really stressful day at work. I've come for lunch. I was really, like, kind of like my heart was racing and I was tense. And then you were playing this calming soundtrack, and now I feel a bit more ease and I can enjoy my sandwich and not have to worry about the 1,000 emails I've got. And I was like, ah, okay. There's something here. There is more meaning to this than making a living. Essentially, there's more meaning to this than someone giving me a coin and I take it home, I pay my bills, I buy food. You know, like, there's more meaning to it than that. And I was like, huh, okay, right, so there's something here. So I kept doing it, and more interactions like that. And eventually I had a sign. I had the YouTube channel on there and Facebook, and I was posting videos on Facebook pretty much all the time. I had my email on this card, and people would email me and message me and be like, you know, I saw you busking here and here, and I just want to say that I really, like, appreciated it, and, like, it helped. And I was like, okay, it helps. Like, it brings calmness to people unexpectedly, in, like, in places where they are often. It's, I suppose my music on the streets is quite different to a lot of buskers that are doing stuff on the streets. And yeah, that kind of like was like, okay, this is what I gotta do. I've just gotta do it. I remember quitting my jobs, not telling my family, because I knew that they would not agree with it. So for 6 months I was pretending to go to work, but actually I was driving and going busking in places that were far from where my family lived because they wouldn't see me. I've really gone on a bit of a ramble onto this one here, but that's not really what I want to talk about here. But long story short, I discovered that my small action of going out, playing for 2 to 6 to 8 hours around the street, really helped people. Not everybody likes it. Not everybody's going like, yeah, I've had some pretty nasty people say some pretty nasty things to me while I'm on the street. I've had cigarette butts being thrown in my guitar case. I've had people spit in my guitar case before, and like tried to take stuff from me as well. But that is a rarity. And like the past like 4 or 5 years, no, that's not actually happened, which I'm very grateful for. But that's why I do it. I do it because I want to bring good vibes to the world. So yeah, at the start of this year, I was like, you know, end of the year, not so good financially, and I was like, you know, I want to support my family, which is my girlfriend and my cat. Small little family. We want to buy this house that we live in. We want to get a camper van, and we want to go traveling and stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to just sort of like push this to the side and focus on getting a real job and like making the money to do that and support this. But then I was trying to think about it, I was trying to visualize it, I just couldn't, like, I couldn't give this up, because I don't think I'll ever find any kind of meaning and connection with people in a normal job that pays you a big wage and all that kind of crap. Like, I just don't know where I'm going with this. But I'm just trying to say that I'm very grateful, because I had so much disbelief at the start of this year, and I was like, okay, this is the year, 2025 is a make or break for me. I'm gonna go all in on YouTube because I've always used YouTube to listen to music and watch videos, and I much prefer it to platforms like Instagram and TikTok. They're fast-paced and noisy. YouTube, I guess, can be noisy because it's just mostly shorts now. But I was just like, my music tends to be quite long. YouTube is the place for long form content. Didn't really understand YouTube Live, but I was like, I need to go all in on this. I need to go all in on YouTube, and I need to work harder than I have before. I need to play more, I need to release more music, all this kind of stuff, and explore other things like my art and my card game and other board games and such. And so this year, I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. And I really didn't expect the response from people like yourselves, if you're still here watching it, and all of the people on the live stream. The community we've built on there blows my mind every day. Seeing Team Chatfield like getting together and chatting. I can't always see the conversation because I'm focused on playing, but just knowing that people are there, everybody knows everybody, and like there's lots of warm welcomes to new people, and like it warms my heart, and it's just so positive and lovely, and I'm just so damn grateful for you. And not only like encouraging words and witnessing this community grow and flourish, that's inspiring. It's a massive like push to be like, okay, this is like the rocket to keep going, and like this is the rocket to help, you know, whatever, some kind of rocket analogy. Insert rocket analogy here. I can't do visual effects. But not just the words and the community, it's the support too, like that, like even the dollar here and the dollar there on the super chat, on PayPal and on Patreon, like and stuff like that, like, and people have really gifted some immensely big sums of money, and I'm just very, very grateful, and like I literally couldn't do this without you. So thank you for that. Thank you for like lifting me up. It's almost like something new that I was feeling unsure at the start of the year, and like when I first quit the crap jobs I was doing when I was in my 20s, kind of a voice in my head just was like, no, you go now. And I just drove away from work, and I went busking, and haven't looked, well, I've looked back at the start of this year, but I haven't looked back truly before then. And yeah, like just you being here and chatting in the live streams, and like encouraging people to listen, and encouraging people to follow, encouraging people to check me out on Spotify and buy CDs and all that kind of stuff. Like it really, really means everything. I get to do what I love. I get to share it with you, and I get to help you, and hopefully make this world a better place. The world is freaking beautiful, and humans can be so wonderful and so nice, and art and music and creativity and just like all of that stuff is just amazing. But there are also lots of terrible things happening, and that really impacts people, and it can turn positive people, like it can, you know, it can crush them. And I really don't want, I don't know how that makes sense to what I'm trying to talk to you about, but I just want to help. To sort of like be a shield against that kind of like those negative clouds, and just sort of give you a bubble of nice music and good vibes, and it's working. I'm gonna keep doing it. you've really pushed me in a good way, and I'm very, very grateful for your support. This has been a much longer video than I thought it would be. If you're still here, you're great. I've got a new album, Cartographers, that is coming out on the 27th of June. And it's the beginning of this more push, this me doing more and working harder push. And you've been here for that journey. Some of these songs have grown from the live streams. Some of them are improvisations caught on live streams. Yeah. You're awesome. And thanks for being here. Like, I've never wanted to give up. Did at the start of this year. But now I feel good about it. I'm still stressed about certain things. I've got some things that I need to sort out, and hopefully by the end of the year I can have savings, so then next year I won't worry so much. But I'm working on that, and your support, your kindness is only making life better. Yeah, I think I said pretty much everything about 7 times, so you get the gist. You know what my music is for, you know why I do it. So thanks for being here with me.